Hello, in this tutorial I will demonstrate the steps to convert your single-player save into a multiplayer hostable save and fix the missing walkie-talkie for the Sons of the Forest on PC. Your prerequisites are a single-player save that you want to convert, which as you can see I already have, and you'll also need a multiplayer save in the hosted multiplayer section in the menu. You can easily do this by launching a multiplayer session, even setting it to private, and then just throwing down a piece of tarp and then saving your game. Don't know if this makes a difference. There was one user that reported that they couldn't see their converted save until they had a multiplayer save in there beforehand, but it's easy enough to create one if that is the case and you don't have one. Next, you want to go to your Sons of the Forest save location, which is located under your C drive, uses your username, app data, local low, end night, Sons of the Forest saves, your profile ID, and then single player. You can get there quickly by using Windows key and R and then typing in app data, and that'll take you half of the way there, and you just go local low, end night, Sons of the Forest, saves, your ID, and then single player. Now if you have a lot of saves here like me, and it's the last save that you made, you can sort by date modified and it'll be the one at the top. Once you have the save file that you want to convert, I recommend backing it up into your own made directory, because if you want to add the walkie-talkie, we're going to have to save edit, and if you make a mistake it could cause item loss or save corruption, and if that's the case, if you've moved it somewhere else, like I have here, then you can just delete the modified directory and start again. But if you're not bothered about editing the walkie-talkie in, then what you can do is you can go up one directory from single player, as you see where we are here, and you can just drop it straight into multiplayer. Hold on, where are we? Sons of the Forest directory, saves, your ID, and then multiplayer. The difference between multiplayer and multiplayer client, obviously, is multiplayer is your hosted save files, and multiplayer client is the data for when you are joining somebody else's multiplayer game. So you effectively just drop your latest save into the multiplayer folder. But if you want to use the walkie-talkie from converting a single-player save, then what you have to know is you don't get the walkie-talkie because you only get it on spawn in a multiplayer hosted game. So what we have to do is save edit it, which is why we've backed it up. So if we go to wherever we've modified it, in my case I've put it here, you need to go down to player inventory save data.json and open it up in any editor of your choice. In my case, I'm going to use Notepad++. And effectively, this is your inventory for all of your items. Different items can sometimes have slightly different properties, like ammo counts, for example. But typically you can enter anything you want after an exiting comma. So in my case, I copied the format of the multiplayer save and I put it after the item ID for the blueprint book. In order to insert the walkie-talkie next to the blueprint book, we just need to go to this line here and copy this. This is the entry for the walkie-talkie. Doesn't have any additional parameters like a gun would have ammo, for example. Then we go back to the file that we opened and we're just going to Control F for the item ID 552, which represents the blueprint book. So let's go back here, Control F 552, find next, and I can close that. As you can see, this is the blueprint book right here, from this line up until there. So in the multiplayer save format, your walkie-talkie is this one here, and it's immediately, whoops, where did I go? This line here, right next to the blueprint book, 552 there. After the exiting comma for the entry, you just paste in the line that we copied earlier, and it should now be in your inventory on that save file, and then you just save it, Control S or File Save As, and you save it as the same name, so player inventory save data.json in the same folder. And now congrats, you've now edited the JSON file and you can move this entire save directory, save folder for your single player save straight into your multiplayer directory. As you can see, I've already done it. Ends in 665. And the next time you load up your game, you will see that save file there. So let me show you that. So now if we go to multiplayer and host and continue, we can see the same campsite that I had in my single player save in the hosted area, or in the hosted lobby. And now that we're back in, except this time it's a multiplayer session, we have access to the player menu. And if we press T, there we go, we've got the Walkie Talkie. You can also use this method, I believe, to copy the player inventory JSON file into any other of your save files. So in theory, as long as you don't mind manually copying them in your file explorer, you can have a persistent player inventory across multiplayer sessions and single player sessions, which is also a good use of it, I suppose. And I hope this works out and it's useful to you.